Hey guys, okay, I'm gonna take these off so I don't, you know. Let me see. I should be able to do this with them on. No, flexion in my glasses is a pain in the butt. Right now, it's a little after 8 p.m. Let's see. I was going through my old videos and stuff like that. It's really strange, but a lot of my videos they don't have that many views. But the one that does, it's the one where I actually was losing my shit on camera. I had had such a bad day and I was pissed off. It's 16 views, which may not sound like much to you, but it's kind of the most any of my videos has really gotten. Let's see what's been going on. Oh, I've been having back-to-back doctor's appointments, blood work, which is always fun. For those of you who don't know, or are just watching this video for the first time, or any of my videos, well, I have a health problem. My immune system doesn't work, and I have to get IV medications to help make it work. And trust me, that doesn't always work either. I also have something called autoimmune hemolytic anemia, which literally means that my antibodies, instead of attacking the illnesses that I have inside me, attack my red blood cells. It's literally bleeding to death, but there's no cuts. And that's how they explained it to me when I was 17. When we first found out about it. When I talk about having a nervous breakdown, all those years dealing with the health issues and stuff since I was 4. And all of a sudden I found out I got something else I gotta worry about. I am supposed to see the gastro doctor day after tomorrow and about my stomach problems. And I'm also seeing Dr. Sicario, who's the one who took care of me when I was in Lafayette General. The man is a bit of a jerk in a way, very pushy, very cute too. I was like, okay, can't do that. I mean, not there. Like I have a chance in hell with somebody who is one good looking, too educated, and has a good job. For me, that makes a lot. I'm not stupid. Well, ever since I got out the hospital, it's like I just haven't felt right. You know what I mean? I had thrush, all my tongue, all had these really nasty white patches, and my voice just did not sound right. Not it sounded like Freddy Krueger, man. It was bad, and my tongue literally hurt. I couldn't drink anything, water included, and anything with sugar or salt on it burned like no idea. I actually went through a couple days where I didn't eat anything at all, but I had to drink something because I had to take medication every morning and every night. Not fun. That's how it is. You do what you have to, not what you want to. This is how life seems to be, especially for me. You could probably already see some issues I'm having right now. On the corners of my mouth, right now, I have something called angular, I think it's called cheilitis. I can't really spell it. It's like CHIELITIS. So if you know the correct pronunciation, could you please clue me in? The only real treatment for that is something called Nystan, and it's similar to Diflucan and all that stuff. Now, I've had problems with yeast and fungal infections on my skin, because when you're a big woman, you also have big boobs. I'm talking about me, 52 triple D. So, and I don't like wearing bras. I never did. Anybody with bras, boob size that I have, and these girls can want the big ones all they want. It is not comfortable. I don't care who said that they love them to death. It hurts because the heat and stuff that gets underneath there, that smell is not something you want. Even if you are like me and I even bought specialized soaps and fragrances and stuff to help get rid of the smell. I get it pretty much anywhere, and like on my thigh, under my stomach. It's embarrassing for one, especially when you go somewhere and you got no choice but to go out there, and somebody's like, "Hey, who smells the funk?" And you kind of cower away because you're scared they're gonna smell it. And it's not guess anybody's fault. I know there's probably other people got the same problem, but that there. And then I got a cold sore on top of everything else. And for those who don't know, once you have the virus that produces these lovely little puppies, you cannot get rid of it. You can take things. God, what was the name? It was a V word. I can't remember. Vasiclovir or something like that. To help with the swelling and stuff, because it literally feels like somebody punches you in the mouth. I used to go to school with these things, and people were like, "Well, who beat you up?" I'm like, "No one beat me up. I'm fine." But I had to beg my mom, "Please don't send me back to school. These people are going to make fun of me." And I really honestly did not want to go back to school. Well, I didn't have the best environment when I was over there. A lot of these people that I was going to school with, they really treated me very badly. They all thought I was a snob. But what I really was scared. Strangers, people I don't know, really, really make me uncomfortable. I didn't know back then that I had anxiety problems, that I was bipolar, and everything else. But now that I know, I can see why some things happened. Now, there was a project going on during my math class, and it had to deal with balloons. And I don't like the noise from when they pop, and it's a phobia for me. And I know it don't make any sense. I never said anything I do made sense. It's just the disorder causing me to act kind of. And I literally started sweating, and I had a panic attack in the middle of class. And I didn't know what to do. I grabbed my stuff. I got out of there. I just took off. I couldn't explain it. And I literally had to go to the bathroom, sit down, just to try to catch my breath. For those of you who don't know how to tell people that you have this, well, what I did was a huge clue in. Most people at 14, 15, 16 years of age are so vapid and about as deep as a kiddie pool that they don't notice. But the teacher and everything, they understand, man. I was going to talk to Mr. Greg about it, but everything, but I lost my courage about it, and didn't come out till later how bad things were, and I ended up staying at home because I told my mom, I said, "I don't care what you say or what you want, ground me, I don't care. I don't want to go back to that school ever again." And that's how I ended up doing my whole senior year at home. Everybody thought I was pregnant. I'm like, nope. I am a good girl. And women, for some reason, we can literally hold out for like months. Guys, they can't go 15 minutes without jerking themselves off. And you know I'm right. I got 7 brothers. You think I don't know? Especially when you go, "Who is it? It's Jenny. Don't come in." "Why?" "Just don't." Like, okay. I even had them walk in on me. Not the little ones, but, he almost walked in on me, my twin, who I lived with at the time. And he thought it was hysterical later on. Well, I know the guy I was talking to at the time. We were messing around on the phone or whatever. And, oh yeah, I could hear him. I'm like, shut up, TJ. This is about the most humiliating thing I've ever done, not there. Well, let's just say I'm a very loud person. And I enjoy sex just as much as anybody else. It's just I don't have that kind of contact on a regular basis. And as you can see, some things have changed. Right now, I need to. You can see my roots. Doesn't it look nasty? Oh my gosh, definitely looks fake. But I'm gonna take care of that tomorrow if I can. I am such a procrastinator. It's not even funny. I need to do a lot. I'm preparing for my trip. I've been looking into these bags, these crossbody bags that are anti-theft. And I really want something like that because New Orleans is pickpocket city. You have to be very, very, very careful. Especially, you gotta watch it. There's somebody, we got caught by this one dude. Me and my twin, anyway. He flung some kind of soap shit on my brother's shoes. And he was like, you give me $5 and I'll wipe that off for you. Let me shine your shoes. I'm looking at my brother and I'm like, shine your shoes? Those are tennis shoes. What kind of a shine you gonna get on them? I watched the dude like a hawk. I almost felt sorry for him, but you know a con when you see one. And I mean a convict. On top of everything else. Yeah, I would know. We took several trips to Angola prison as field trips when I got my degree done. And just speaking to them one-on-one, you can tell. But I love that town. I really, really do. I always did. When I was younger, I couldn't stay and do the things that I do on my trips now because I was always in Tulane, either getting treatment or I was being admitted or seeing a doctor or a new specialist. And God, all the blood they took. Oh my God. When I was 10, they would come by my room where I was at, the exam room, and they would take 10 or 12 vials of blood. I mean, the big ones. And as soon as they would leave, I'm like, Mom, can I have something to drink? And she'd be like, why? I said, I feel really dizzy. And that was mainly because I hadn't even eaten lunch yet and everything. It was still about 11 o'clock we wouldn't get there because we live about 3 hours away. It was hard, especially for a kid who was already scared to death of not only doctors, but doctors with needles. Well, they thought I had leukemia at that time, but I didn't. That was before they really found out about the anemia. And now what they're telling me is that the spleen needs to come out real soon because it's compressing the stomach. And that is compressing my intestines. Now, that's true. It's true. And then I'll organize a schedule for us to do that. I really need to wait until about a week from my last treatment because that's when you peak. That's when your health is at the best level. And I need to make sure my platelets are up. I don't know if you know this, but if your platelets go down, you can bleed, and I mean a lot. It's like taking aspirin and everything. I know this because I've had blood test after blood test. And the dudes and stuff, they would be doing stuff, and I don't be like, Well, maybe it's fine. And then I would look down and there'd be blood dripping down my arm. And I'm like, what the hell? And that happens a lot. And it's the sole reason why the dentist over in Karen Crow that was going to do my dentures for me won't do the dentures. He wants a statement saying that it's safe enough for me to do. And right now, talking to the dentist and to Sherry Gage, who's my primary care physician, she said she refused. She said, this is actually not a good idea for you to do right now. And I'm like, what the hell do they want me to do? I'm going to end up drinking all my meals. And I know some of you probably thinking, well, maybe you should brush your teeth. I did. What you see is a side effect of some of the medication that they give me. Now, everything has side effects. All you got to do is punch in the medicine on WebMD or on Google, and you're going to find a whole list of stuff that's a little bit nightmarish. For me, I found out after the fact, when I finally came home from being in the hospital another time, and I looked it up, and the steroids that go with it, after 11 years of doing things that way with that steroid, my teeth started to crumble like chalk. And they're still doing it. And I even had an abscess appear like a pimple in my gums. It was that bad. And it was actually like a month ago when that happened. But I got like 3 different types of antiseptic mouthwash to keep things nice and clean. And I brush what I can when I have left. Anyway, trust me, it is not fun when you can't even touch your favorite foods anymore. And if you think about it, though, I'm going to New Orleans and everything. I don't know what I'm gonna do because and what I'm afraid is gonna happen is I'm gonna try to eat that, and I'm gonna have to just go and like that because that's what I've been having to eat. I can't eat burgers anymore either. If I want to eat like that, I have to cut it up into like these little bits and eat it that way, like finger sandwiches. And it's very very embarrassing. But like my mom says, it's not my fault. I mean, it's not like I'm not clean. I'm about as clean as anybody else. But I'm not very organized. And I've tried. I've tried to do what I can for myself. Trying to stay healthy, try to stay clean. Like I said, I get all those special soaps and stuff. And it's still an issue. Excuse me. Yeah, when I dyed my hair blonde, the Clorox dried out my scalp. Oh, and it hurts. Itchy. I'm trying to plan things right now and keep things organized. It's very important to me. This is going to be a week-long trip. And this is the longest I've ever been away from home. By myself, anyway. I did get a 4-star hotel. And that's mainly because of Mom. And what I mean by that is that for my birthday, and she'll kill me for saying this, but I wasn't expecting this at all. I opened up the card she gave me, and there was a check for $400. I don't know about any of you, but I never expected that much for my birthday. My mom really wanted to help. And she knows that I've been so stressed out and depressed. Ever since my little brother died, I need a little time away to grieve by myself. I think if I'm on my own for a little while, I can sort through all the thoughts somehow because I'm having trouble reconciling things myself. On one hand, I see my brother. He's the alcoholic. He's the drug addict. He is the gambling addiction. And he's a smoker and all this and that. He's abusive and stuff because he's beating me up. On the other side, I know he's drinking because he was suffering. There was things going up in here that none of us knew about. But he didn't feel like he could talk to us. On this side, I know I still loved him. Part of me still loved him. And I feel guilty that I didn't help him enough. I mean, my mom went in the RV and found him and he was already dead. That's a kick to the gut you don't want to ever have to experience. Sorry, I need to blow my nose. I didn't want to start crying, but every time I bring him up, I just can't help it. Jamie was 2 years younger than me. And I was the oldest by 4 minutes because I have a twin brother too. And it's my role in this family, at least how I see it, to protect the younger kids. Between him beating me up when he was drunk, and I'm trying to protect the other kids, and all this other stuff, I'm so confused. Where could I have stuck my nose to a point where I could have gotten him out of this? I hate grief because it sneaks up on you. You hear a song or something, reminds you of them. Between him and my grandmother passing away, I don't know what's worse. I remember them calling me, telling me he was dead. And I felt something cold just go up my spine. I'm like, no, don't let this be true. Please, God, do not let this be true. And we pulled up and they were taking him away. And Mom is struggling with it. But I don't know how to get her through it. I try what I can. I try to be there for her if I can. Dad can barely deal with it. I don't know what's going through his head. My dad's not a talker. He's got a temperament like mine, but he doesn't talk. He's quiet. I'm not. Me and how the hell am I supposed to help my family if I don't know what's going on? And I feel guilty. It's like I can't shake it. Every time I hear that song, praying, what's her name? Like Kesha? I think about him. And then I have to do my best not to burst into tears in front of her. And I don't know if we're ever going to get over this. Like I said, Jimmy was 2 years younger than me. And he looked like he was 10 years older. He was very unhealthy. He had this swollen pot belly that was big for somebody of his stature. Because everything else, you know, they get fat, you get a fat face or whatever. He never did. And it looked weird. And he had this red face. And we never did figure out. And but someone had said something about it being a symptom of liver failure or kidneys. And who knows, Jimmy had a bunch of issues. Head issues, kidney issues, psychological issues. And he wasn't taking his meds the way he was supposed to either. Like I said, grief is the meanest son of a bitch you'll ever have to deal with. And sooner or later, all of us gonna have to deal with it. I mean, I don't know how long I'm gonna live. My health is so far this year has not been good. Not at all. I've already been admitted at least 5 times this year. All for blood transfusions. Even all the way to at Baton Rouge. At this point, I just wish my brother was still here with us. Because this is killing everybody. So if you're watching this and you got your family with you, count every single one of them and be glad that you do. And give them all a hug. Because if you lose them, you have no idea how bad it can be. Just hug them, kiss them, and feel lucky you still have them. Good night.